Good evening, everyone. I'm Ashwarya Singh, CEO of Divzi. This company was started in 2015. We started with a model where we thought that every car could be an earning member of a family. It has been a huge journey for the last 3 years. We were backed by Google, we were backed by Y Combinator. They incubated us, and here we are right now, standing in front of you, launching our first phase ICO. For any ride-sharing company around the globe, you need to have high car ownership rates. Back in India, only 7% own a car. For 7% to own a car and then share it, it does not make sense. There are 93% of people who would love to share that 7% of car which is available. Our model is very simple. We are a marketplace. Our customers come to our website, take the cars, pays the rent, and we give back the car to us. We as a marketplace take 25% on each ride. The product is very simple. You list a car on the app, people select it, booking successful, you take it back. So while we started this concept in India, India is a trust deficit society, to say so. We realized that people would be very scared to give out their prized asset like car to someone whom they don't trust. So we built this proprietary OBD device through which we check what's happening in the car on a real-time basis. We have more than 1,300 cars listed on our platform. We have more than 27,000 monthly bookings. Our GMV has almost touched $1 million per month. We have raised $16 million from prominent VCs across 3 continents. Our net revenue is around 150K USDs. Last month, we did around 20,000 unique customers, almost 424% growth in bookings over the last 12 months. I was a banker in Nomura. It's one of your favorite banks here in Japan. A few of my teammates were also bankers in Nomura. We have corporate experience from Honda R&D in Japan. Few of us have worked in PwC, and few more have worked in Oracle and ServiceNow across the globe. So in total, we have more than 42 investors on our cap table, but I couldn't name all of them. But here are some prominent ones. Das Capital and IT Farm from Japan. Crowdworks too from Japan. Y Combinator and Google Launchpad helped us a lot in our initial days where people were not willing to bet on such a radical idea. This is something which we have been working on for the last 6 months. The concept is RentalCoin. It's a simple plan to connect the entire sharing economy at one currency. What's common in all of them? Be it mobility, be it accommodation, be it co-working space, be it community assets, be it infrastructure. It's like all of them can be shared. This is the status of the global sharing economy at present. There are more than 10,000 sharing platforms, 5 million global sharing cars. The market is expected to be $335 billion by 2025. 1.5 million co-working spaces already exist. These are the 2 phases where we would be launching this ICO project. The first phase is called RentalCoin 1.0. It will be only dealing with cars and bikes. The second phase is an interesting concept which will come a bit later. Coming on to the first phase, RentalCoins 1.0. The concept is very simple. Investors invest in Divzi tokens. We buy cars through it. 95% of the share which comes from rent goes back to investor. We take only 5% as a service fee. The unique thing about this model is sitting here in Tokyo or sitting anywhere in the world, you can see how each car is performing. On a real-time basis, you can track the movement of each car, expense, revenue, whatever, be it the customer who is taking the car. All the data is already live, available on the app. So it's building trust in a unique way. We are already present in 4 cities in India. We are going to expand to 5 more. This is something very interesting, and this is something I think so everyone should be amazed. The first part, we generate almost an asset IRR of 48% with an average occupancy of 55%. After deducting the expenses, we are getting an investor IRR of 31%. So these are the asset IRRs of each individual model of cars which we are taking. This is the way of showing how are we generating such high IRRs. So these are the cars. In the car segment, we're generating 47%. In the bike segment, we're generating 49%. The overall asset IRR is 48%. So this is the timeline of our RentalCoins 1.0. We are going to start with the first phase on 1st of November. 1st December to 25th December would be listing and buying of these cars. And we list these cars just before they could be booked. So 25th is the first time where these cars would start making money for you. But these cars would be pre-listed 25 days in advance. It's like a opening to an advanced houseful collection of a new movie coming up. So usually we have seen very high IRRs during the holiday season. So it's the right time to launch any good product, as does with Apple or any other case. So this is, again, something which we are still developing, but we would love to give out the vision and idea right now. It's like the entire sharing economy is fragmented and distributed in lot many spaces, be it mobility, be it sharing accommodation, or be it anything. But how do we plan to link everything? It's like RentalCoins is going to get connected to all of them. So as we all know, Amazon is something very close to what we do. We buy every day. But for sharing, we don't know still what is the one common factor which links everyone. And as world is moving towards a new economy is developing, which we all love to call sharing economy, we need to find what could be synonym for sharing. It's RentalCoin 2.0. It's gonna get connected to your housing, your mobility, your transport, and everything. So one thing which is common in all these assets is the time. So if you're renting out a car, if you're renting out this blazer, if you're renting out a shoe, you're renting out everything, everyone has a functional unit. That is what we call as time slices. Basically, you could share 5 units of time slices of a car to 1 unit of time slices to anything. We are building a built-in function which would have a surge algorithm. So everyone would have used Uber and found out that as demand and supply increases, we have a surge algorithm which changes the prices. So in our case, we found out that each and every city, be it anywhere in the world, is divided into pin codes. So a particular pin code has a necessary trade that the cost of living index and etc. all depends on the pin code which you live. So basically, we would be building an algorithm on top of each pin code to decide what the actual value of that time slice should be. So a time slice of a car rental in Tokyo should be much more higher than a time slice of a rental token back in New Delhi. We are living with this slide. We would be ending our presentation. It's something which we want everyone to think. The basic fundamental of any currency or any subject is time. So as you would be seeing in the versions of RentalCoin coming in the future, time would be the much more basic factor which you could share among your colleagues, your friends, or anything. So time is money for us. Thank you.